What's up, guys? It's Dave Kim for Grand Rapids Rock Alternative 97.9 GRD and WGRD.com. Tonight, Taking Back Sunday are playing at the Orbit Room. They're back, which they really didn't go away, though, but Tell All Your Friends lineup are back. And right now I have Adam and John with me. And Adam, sometimes I worry that you will strangle yourself when you throw your mic around. I'm glad that has not happened.
Me too.
So you guys just released your self-titled about a month ago, right?
Yep.
And we're recording that album because you guys were out like somewhere by Texas or something, like kind of secluded.
Yeah. Well, we when we started to write the record, we wanted to go to some place where there were no distractions whatsoever, and we found it. And it's it's this place called the Sonic Ranch, and it's in this town called Tornillo, Texas, which is right outside of El Paso. It's like, and it's on this huge pecan farm. So we spent a lot of time there writing, and when it came time to actually record, we went out to Los Angeles with our friend Eric Valentine.
Nice. Now, it's been obviously a really long time since Tell All Your Friends, almost 10 years, which is hard to believe. But when I believe it was, if I read right, it was Mark that kind of threw in the idea of you guys, of John and you and Sean getting back together with the group, right?
Yeah, it was Mark's brainchild, so to speak.
Yeah. He birthed the idea. There's man. He was like, things weren't. Oh, I just dropped. Oh.
Drop your dum-dum?
Yeah.
5-second roll.
Yeah, I don't know where this club's been. There's
been a lot of places.
Yeah. But so yeah, man, things weren't going too well, you know, like within the band, and relationships were kind of like everybody was pulling in different directions, and then so Mark figured, man, let's have fun again, you know, and then so John and I started talking on the phone, and you know, the rest is history. Here we are.
Now, when you guys, that first conversation, because I think, like 7 years passed by, was it awkward at first?
It was slightly awkward, but surprisingly not as awkward as you might think, you know. It felt, you know, like we just started catching up, you know, just kind of just gradually catching up on the past 7 years of life, you know. But, it's, you know, it's a little bit of a weird thing, but, yeah, not as weird as you might imagine.
So it was more about just getting the friendship back on track than making music first, right?
Yeah, man, that was the most important thing for us, you know, because if that friendship isn't there, like that foundation, then, I mean, you're not going to have much luck writing music. So it's so that was the most important thing. And actually, the first time we were all in the same room together, we didn't, like that whole night, we didn't even touch our instruments, you know, like we just sat around and talked and caught up, and it wasn't until the next day that we started playing.
Now, when you guys were recording the self-titled, did it feel similar to when you were doing Tell All Your Friends back when you're a band just trying to make it on Victory Records?
No, it didn't. We had about 6 weeks to record and mix Tell All Your Friends, I think, and we had been writing the songs for Tell All Your Friends for probably a year and a half, on and off between like touring and playing shows, and so this was very different because we were just concentrating on writing for about a year or maybe a little less, but we also had, I don't know what, like 4 months of studio time to work with on this album. So, I mean, for me, that I couldn't even compare the two experiences. They were so different from each other.
Now, the first show you guys did together with the original lineup back, were you nervous of how the crowd was going to be?
I think we were more nervous about how we were going to be. There was just if we could pull it off or not.
Was there a lot of practice beforehand?
Yeah. We actually had like a week of rehearsals leading up to where we were actually in Mark's parents' basement, and then we just we just pounded out the songs about 9 hours a day, you know, just playing and playing, and but all those shows were great, and every show since then has been awesome too. Like the reaction's been great.
Now, you guys released Faith, and you recently released the music video to that. Do you guys have a cat that you kind of base off the video of, or was this completely from scratch?
There's Chris Mars is who directed the video, and he's a great friend of ours. We've been doing stuff with him for years, but we never actually had the chance to do like a video, you know, like with him. And then and he was hanging out at the studio when we were recording, so we knew that we were going to go with him, and it was his idea, and then he presented it to us, and we're like, all right, man, if you can pull it off, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's hilarious, and you can see it at WGRD.com. Now, going back to the new record, since I'm assuming then you guys felt a lot less pressure since you had about 4 months versus 6 weeks.
Yes, In a certain way, yeah. There's always a little bit of pressure that you have from yourself to make the best album you can. But, yeah, it definitely is a little nicer to have some time rather than be, like, forced to get everything done in a few weeks.
Did you feel like, man, we got to capture that moment again like we had 8 years ago?
Or, no, man, we were just, we weren't trying to recapture anything, really. We were just writing, and just seeing what came out of it.
And cool things about your show. One interesting thing that I saw, you guys performed a Straight Light Run song, Existentialism, on prom night. Where did that idea come about? And I'm assuming the crowd would have been just taken off guard with that.
I'm not sure whose idea it was initially. I don't know, Mark maybe brought it up when he was talking about us doing things, and yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things, and right from the beginning, it seemed like everyone was into the idea. I wasn't, necessarily looking to make that happen myself, but I thought it was a really cool idea, and we've been doing it, and people have been psyched, so that's good.
Is Straight Light just on hiatus, or are you not going to revisit that project?
We're in what we call extended hiatus, which means we're in some netherworld of
You're in the Phantom Zone.
Nothingness. Yes, we're in Inception when they go to that place where like they can't get back from for forever, but maybe like yeah, that's where Straight Light Run is right now.
So it's not just going to be a kick of a bucket of water to revive that band.
No, it'll take a lot more than that.
Now, touring now, what's the biggest change from even 4 or 5 years ago?
Well, there's one of the biggest things is whenever there's any downtime or any time off, it used to be that we would just all kind of go our separate ways and try not to see each other. But now, like, if there's any time like that, I mean, we're always all hanging out, and I think that's says a lot, for even just where the band's at. But that's probably one of the biggest differences. That, and we're a little more responsible, just a little more responsible than we have been in the past.
Are you guys even looking ahead of another record after the self-titled?
Or, yeah, man, I mean, we haven't necessarily started, like, buckled down and, like, started writing for it, since this one just came out and stuff. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's the plan, just keep making music as long as people listen.
Now, last question. It's easy to look back on hindsight about things, but did the departure of you and Sean, did that have to happen for Taking Back Sunday to be where they're at now, or were there things that you could have done differently?
No, I mean, we've actually talked about this. There's a lot of things I think that everybody would have liked to have done differently, but I think unless things happened exactly the way that they did, we wouldn't all be together right now doing what we're doing. This was the only way for for things to work out the way they did, and we're all very happy with how it worked out. So it's a cool thing, to see that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Awesome. Well, guys, Taking Back Sunday playing tonight at the Orbit Room. Tickets still available. And Adam, John, thank you so much. Buy the self-titled. I did. I love it. And I'm a huge fan, so I'm glad. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thanks, man.
Cool.